A very good morning to all of you. I think you can reciprocate with your claps. The inaugural session is almost coming to an end. Clouds can be little louder also. I think the documentary that just now you have witnessed spoke about the whole crux of the issue related to government of Telangana. As we all know and understand that the food is the essential requirement for not only human beings but also to almost all the creatures on the surface of this earth, except very few wild and hunting animals. Of course, they also indirectly depend on the organisms that take agricultural and forest food. In terms of growing population of the world, in the same proportion, the food supply chain should be developed. Food should not only be adequate, it should be qualitative, it should be nutritious. And this food ultimately we know that comes only out of agriculture. And therefore, to make agriculture more sustainable, more accessible, and the product more accessible to the humankind and also the other organisms, we should have adequate quantity and quality of seed in order to develop and strengthen and expand the agriculture. The varietal expansion, the research, of course, research is mainly in India, is held by either ICAR, almost 100 research institutes are there, and various universities. I think, if my memory does not go wrong, 71 agricultural universities in the country, they are also taking part in the research actively. And also the private sector has got its own research and development activities. But by and large, the research is conducted and controlled mainly by government sector, either by ICAR, either by universities. But the production of seed is almost 65 to 70% of the production of the seed is conducted and controlled by the private seed sector. Therefore, we cannot draw a line of distinction between private and government in this situation. We have to work together as if we are one and the same. The role is one and the same. Therefore, the responsibility also becomes one and the same. It is the greatest responsibility towards mankind that producing quality food and making this food available to all the global population is the prime concern. It shall be the prime concern. Rest of the things, as I have been speaking on this, rest of many materialistic things and other things that are available to the mankind today can be dispensed with. If not permanently, at least for some time, some period. But you can never dispense with your food. Once you dispense with your food, there is no life. So I think the message that was delivered by Mr. Patnaik Saab with his larger exposure and great experience has really enlightened me, further enlightened me, and he has touched many aspects. World, apart from environmental issues, apart from man-made terroristic issues, world is going to face the biggest challenge, that the challenge of scarcity of food. If we do not take adequate measures, timely measures, relevant measures, I think we will be in trouble. So the nations across have to take into cognizance These factors, of course, they have taken into cognizance that is one of the topics in the 2015 UN deliberations. United Nations goals of development that was set in 17 goals, I believe 17 goals were set in there, and the countries were asked to follow those goals, to adapt certain tasks like 163 or 167, I don't exactly remember the tasks, and to take on the activity. This agricultural activity, providing quality food to the people, was one of the main goals that was enshrined in the UN deliberations and resolutions. Therefore, the importance of agriculture is interdependent on the importance of the growth of seed sector and supply chain, quality and pure seed supply. All these are interrelated. The efforts of the scientists, the efforts of the researchers, the efforts of the both private and government seed sectors is laudable. Definitely they have put in tremendous efforts. Of course, India is no doubt is at the forefront in production of the quality seed, and we have to carry it forward. As it was rightly mentioned during his message, I think by Vermaji, I think that during the pandemic when it early hit, it is the government of Telangana which has first taken initiative in evolving a procedural steps to allow the seed sector to go on its work. Many things have been stopped due to pandemic, due to lockdown. But Government of India, even before Government of India has taken up initiative, Government of Telangana had taken up initiative and laid certain procedures that ultimately paved way for Government of India to adapt the procedures laid down by Government of Telangana. In fact, I can proudly claim it. The initiative was not initially by Government of India. It was initiative by Telangana government itself. So we are at the forefront of taking many measures, several measures to ensure that quality seed is produced. The best seed production system is set up and it is protected. The role of the governance, when it is assessed, often we do not interfere with the activities and affairs of the seed industry here. Except on their requests, we hardly look into their issues. We look into their issues when they complain, when they say that they have some grievance. So when the seed sector has come up with certain proposals to the Honorable Chief Minister initially, after the state is formed, the menace of spurious seed was to be curtailed. Then the Honorable Chief Minister has taken it to task and said that nothing doing, if one who does it again shall be punished not by regular acts, he shall be punished by Preventive Detention Act, by invoking PD Act. So that is how PD Act has been invoked in the state of Telangana alone in the country, not by any other state so far, to curb the spurious seed. We have also brought out an amendment to the Act, relevant Act, enabling the invoking of a provision for applying PD Act on the offenders. So several steps we have taken and we'll continue to take several steps. The issues and aspects that were raised by our friend Sri Prabhakar Rao Garu, who happens to be the President of National Seed Association, very apt and relevant issues he has raised. We are for it, we are at it. Not only the discussions that are going to end up today here by making certain useful recommendations, but also I am proposing to conduct a meeting. We are ready here to conduct a meeting. Our government is ready to conduct a meeting. We will invite all of you to come up with concrete proposals so that we start implementing here, and we all of us shall go to Government of India, and what are all the aspects that Government of India has to touch and take a decision, we'll ask them to implement those issues. The services of Patnaik ji and others can also be taken in that regard, and we are here to help the seed sector to grow further and to become more prosperous, to become more scientific, and it should cater the needs of the world, and tomorrow's humanity will be indebted to the present seed researchers and seed companies and seed growers, and I wish that this seminar will definitely throw some useful light and ultimately yield some valuable suggestions to be taken into consideration by both Government of Telangana and also Government of India and also by the seed sector. Thank you one and all.